I'm Suzanne, and I nerd out over art supplies. These are my 12 favorite art supplies that aren't sold as art supplies. And maybe because of that, most of them are under 10 bucks. Find links to everything in the description. Number 1, we're going to start in the cosmetics department. This is a perfume atomizer. Filled with water, it works just as well as any other spray bottle for reactivating watercolors, pre-wetting surfaces, and keeping gouache and acrylic from drying on palettes. But I personally love this form factor because it can easily fit in any travel kit, in an elastic loop, for example, as well as pots at home, so I'm not constantly mislaying it. I've had this one for 3 years. It's never leaked and it holds more water than I've ever needed it to. The best part is they cost about $7 for a set of 10. So you can put one in each of your kits. Or try filling some with liquid paint, ink, alcohol, salt water, silicone. Go wild, experimenting with different effects. As you can see, they do come with caps. I just misplaced my purple one. As a side note, I want to mention this palette. I use it to hold samples of all my tube watercolors, a sort of reference library when choosing for new projects and palettes, but mostly to check against every time I'm tempted to buy more paint. The tin is technically sold as an art supply, so not formally part of this list. It's just not sold for painting. It originally held 24 Amazon Basics colored pencils. You guys, I have to tell you, I hated using these. They have good reviews, so maybe they're great if you've never used better ones, but boy, did they not spark joy. Unfortunately, I'm a hoarder, so I still have them, along with some fantasy that I'll make some sort of cute vase or something out of them. But in any case, they only cost $7, and that was worth it just for the tin. Number 2. You know those cool little metal travel palettes that cost a fortune? Not gonna lie, I've wanted one for years. People who have them love them. But while mulling over that cost, I realized what I was really drawn to were shallow magnetic pans. I didn't need an expensive set of makeup pans and a tricked out business card holder. I just needed makeup pans. And guess what? I hadn't used this eyeshadow palette in years, and I was about to throw it away when I realized how perfectly it would fit in my field case and how nice those big shallow pans would be for my larger brushes. So I cleaned it out, and it's ready for my next adventure. If you don't have something like this available to you, you can buy empty magnetic makeup palettes for under $15. But you can also buy magnetic makeup palettes and pans separately and in all shapes and sizes. If you want white enameled mixing pans, you can find them on Etsy. Or if you don't mind your paint beading a little, you can cut pieces of dry erase vinyl to fit inside your lid. Number 3. Makeup artists use those metal pans to hold things like custom lipstick mixes. And to mix them, they use these little guys. I actually got this set from a Sarah Burns Craftamo kit and was surprised I'd never seen them in art stores near me because they're so useful. The clear palette is great when you want to see how your mix will look on your colored paper, but it's also just the perfect size to live in a travel kit. Ironically, I don't like using the metal spatula to mix paint on this palette, but I love using it to mix up separated paint in pots and jelly cups. It's so easy to clean and so much less wasteful than mixing with a paintbrush. You can buy 2 sets for $6 at the link in the description. I'm afraid the next few items are more mundane, but no less useful. You might already use cotton buds to lift color, but if you're not into makeup, you might not be aware of these pointy versions. They're great for cleaning up details in paintings and awesome for tight corners in palettes and pans. Even more mundane are toothpicks. You probably already use these for settling tube paints in pans, especially when the paint comes out of the tube with some binder separation. But have you ever tried these brush picks? They have a sort of feathered end, and I use them for mixing separated paint while it's still in the tube. I keep some of each of these in an acrylic organizer on the side of my desk. Number 6. I know a lot of watercolor artists use pipettes, and of course, they do sell these at art stores, but I prefer a product from the pharmacy, oral syringes. Don't worry, these don't involve any needles. They're for measuring liquid medications. They can do pretty much anything a pipette can do, but these are more precise and they don't have to be dispensed immediately after filling. I like to keep the little one in my travel kit just for filling my atomizer and water brushes, but they also allow you to easily measure water, paint, ink, mediums, etc., so you can create repeatable mixes. Number 7. And speaking of chemistry, this is sold as a chemical reagent bottle. I use it for paint water and keep one near me pretty much all the time. I love that it's leak proof and that I can see the state of the water inside. It pours without a mess, so it's great for filling my water pot, but the wide mouth also makes it easy to use as a water pot. And it's super easy to clean. As a bonus, you can easily pack other small items inside it to save space when you travel. Number 8. Let's move on to the garden department. I spotted this on the way out of IKEA and fell in love. This $8 glazed plant pot is the absolute perfect size for studio painting sessions. It has a heavy base, it's a snap to clean, and you guys, this scalloped edge, it holds so many brushes. I may have to get more of these pots just to hold whatever. Maybe even decorate them with acrylic markers. You think that would work? Number 9. Also from IKEA, this enameled steel plate. Butcher tray palettes like the one on bottom here are my favorite for watercolor, and this plate is essentially the same surface, but off-white. Not speckled off-white, just solid off-white. For me, that's perfect for mixing gouache, and it's only $5. Number 10. And while we're in the kitchen department, may I present my favorite clip? This is sold as a chip clip, and I can attest it is a fantastic chip clip. It's also a great paper clip. In fact, it can do anything these crappy, no good, awful bleepin' binder clips can do, except hang on a hook. I hate binder clips. Hate them. They hurt my hands, leave marks on paper, and they broke my fingernail while I was setting up this video. But I digress. In addition to these chip clips being very comfortable to grip and easy to squeeze, they have little rubber pads improving grip and preventing indentations in whatever you're clipping. And as a huge bonus, are you noticing a trend with these bonuses? As a huge bonus, you can stick magnets to them. Stick on a palette or add pans or brushes. They really are miles better than binder clips. Number 11. Now, this next image might upset you. It upsets me. These are random open stock bits and pieces I accumulated over years, and they were a problem. The more I got, the more random the collection of pouches, rolls, tins, and cardboard boxes I needed to store them, and the less they got used. For a long time, I searched for a really practical storage solution, something that would keep them dust-free, organized, and on a shelf when I wasn't using them, but made the contents visible and at hand when I was. I found the answer in the toy department. It meets every requirement I had, and it costs $22. It's a stack of puzzle sorting trays. The set comes with 8 tightly nesting trays and a cover. This 8-inch by 8-inch version is perfectly sized for standard pencils and pens. I know sticking colored pencils in a jar is a vibe, but I really like to see them arranged in order when I use them. So I hand crimped ridges into graph paper, and hey presto, custom pencil storage. Other trays hold my extra neo colors, pastel pencils and soft pastels, and other random bits. I just need to add some labels. Number 12, the final one. Here's a little secret about me. The reason I got into watercolor as a medium is that for the longest time, I didn't have a studio at home. I didn't even have a desk. I just wanted to be able to make art, colorful, analog art, wherever I was, whether on my couch or across the world. Over years of trial and error, I refined my portable watercolor setup into what you might call a lap studio. And this is the foundation. This is a magnetic dry erase lap board, a school supply. It's essentially very thin fiberboard sandwiched between metal plates with a dry erase surface. And it's absolute magic. You can clip to it, stick to it, tape to it, mix on it, write on it, and of course, wipe it clean. I've been using this exact one for 3 years. I've used it in 7 countries, in cafes and lounges, by pools and on beaches, aboard ships and planes, but mostly, frankly, on my couch. Nothing beats it for versatility and durability. It's also the easiest thing in the world to throw in a backpack. And the price? $19.99 for a pack of 5. One downside is that it is a little bit heavy to hold in one hand. Most of the time, I don't need to hold it up while I'm painting, but when I do, it's about the same form factor as a large iPad, so there are many carry-in accessories available. You can attach straps with elastic, Velcro, etc., but I mostly just use this very comfortable silicone magnet grip ring designed for iPhones. And if you prefer to work on a tripod, magnetic phone mounts are available for that too. What you're seeing here is my go to combination, minimalist and complete at the same time. And there you have it, my 12 favorite art supplies that aren't sold as art supplies. So, what do you think? Did any of these surprise you? Did I miss any of your favorites? Please let me know in the comments. And naturally, if you have any questions, leave those too, and I'll do my best to answer quickly. If you're interested in any of the items shown here, I've left links in the description. All the prices mentioned are from the time of recording. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and have a fantastic day.